Shows. It's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.
Hello, guys. It is Sunny Chayes, and you're with me today on Singin' in the Rain with the tagline, The Power of One, which I always like to remind myself that I do have that power, and I love to remind you guys that you have the power. And today, I am extremely honored and excited and thrilled to be having RICKIE BYARS BECKWITH in the studio. And along with her, I have DJ Shiva, who is now moving to Shiva. You know, we're all constantly shifting our everything, and she is a stellar, amazing performer who was at Raj last year, Raj 14, and she'll be at Raj 15 this year at Warner Center. And as life is, we're very spontaneous about how things go. Ricky and Michael's actually driving Ricky to the studio, and they're running a little late because they do a lot of things in their life, so they'll get here when they get here. And Ricky will whoosh in at any moment, so you know, we'll look forward to that, because you know, that's kind of how she rolls. And in the meantime, I want to, oh, she's whooshing in right now. Come on in. Oh yay, Ricky's here, so come on in here. Let me just put you in front of a camera. Oh. On the air right now. So we're doing it. Oh my gosh, I'm changing into this at halftime here, people. I have my one Raj t-shirt from Raj 14, and then soon we'll have an intermission somehow and have some cake and water, and then I'm switching to my other getup. So I'm going to actually bring on, because whoosh, she came into the studio, the amazing and fabulous and very lovely and gorgeous RICKIE BYARS BECKWITH. Let us greet her. Yahoo! we have the studio audience going wild in the background, which you can't hear, because I'm having you not mess up your hair. So there you go. And cake and water's in front of you.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking
or
about.
Whatever however you say it. Chink, chink, chink in our glass, in our glasses.
Yes.
This used to be jam.
Michael,
That used to be.
coming.
Yeah, there's one for you too. Here, John, pass this down. Thank you.
I love these. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
This is so really wonderful. I was just having a conversation about bottled water behind stage at Raj.
Yes.
Because we have hello everybody. Hello. But you know, we have a water filtration system. Event Water Solutions is bringing a water filtration system that's sterilized using gamma rays and ultraviolet. You know, stuff, and it's going to be delicious, and it's going to be available for anybody. So we're telling people to bring containers. That means you, Shiva, that we can fill up, and so the discussion was about, well, what's happening backstage, and that it would be easier to have this bottled water. And I was like, no, we can't have it.
No.
You know, and Ginger was there. Ginger is the producer of the festival, Michael's mother. Michael's lovely mother. Michael is a fabulous dancer and student at NYU, the Tisch School.
Aww.
And she won't be here for Raj because she's got to go back, but she's an amazing artist. And,
I've been hearing about it. I'll have to have you back on the show sometime and see what we cook up.
Yeah.
Well, I want to edify a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
I want to finish the story about the water.
Yes,
so
please.
we kept going to the well. I was like,
perfect.
We can't, and the way you get there, it's like, at some point you got to say what you're not going to do. Because I've been in meetings where people go like, well, it's too expensive for this. And I was like, what's more expensive than the earth? It's like we need to do that. And by the time it was done, we have 4 bottles of water, big jugs coming for the backstage artists and the talent, and compostable cups, so that, or we could have glasses like this. But
People
might be
can
harder to
bring their
clean.
things.
But the thing is,
but it's
like
water,
not bottled water.
Right. And you know what? Let me just say, I'm going to say a couple things about Raj, and I'm really excited and honored and privileged to be part of the team this year again. And the reason is because, first of all, it is your dream. And I love to empower your dream.
Thank you,
it's an honor for me to empower your dream.
Thank
John,
you,
Rickie's good? Yes. She has a voice that just carries it. It's like she could speak in like osmosis, would just make the sound come out of anywhere. It's like this kind of magical thing she has. And also, it is evolving, and so the fact that it is eco-friendly, we're sort of calling it this year. It's not 100% sustainable. However, that's the process, figuring out how to actually do it, because we're in a process with that. You
That's
know,
right.
it's sort of, that's just the truth. And being aware of how it can be. I was on a film set last week, and and they had bottled water, and it actually gave me a migraine, I think emotionally and physiologically. I was so mad. I just couldn't help it. And people wouldn't use all the bottle of water, and then they throw it away, and then they get another one.
Right.
And so I asked the producer to just tell me in 1 week how many Earth dollars you spent on water. Just want to know. And then I'm going to find out, and I know it's more money than, like, let's say if Michael, our friend who does the greening of movie sets, or doing it that way. And so that is what I love about Raj. I love the community. I love the music. And one other thing I want to say about that, and I'm going to stop talking and let you talk.
Well, no, I'm
Is
enjoying
that is that
you talk
like,
about me so well. If I said those things about myself, I'd be vain. I'll just listen to Sonny talk about me. I know what I think about me. What do you think about me, Sonny?
well, what I think about you and what I think we all think about you is that we get a real treat August 29th at Warner Center. And our real treat is Rickie is picking musicians for us to enjoy. So, like, how cool is that? Like, imagine, like if you got to hang out with Chanel and she was showing you all the fabulous clothes, all the designers she digs, or, the best chef in the world. I mean, these days there are many, so I won't even name one, but, and you go to his house and he's having his buddies who are and maybe new people who are not really discovered yet or whatever, but just awesome, hungry, energetic, amazing chefs. And it's like he digs those people and he's like, hey, people, try these desserts and whatever. And so you're choosing, so we get to we get to be with the people you choose.
Yeah, and the
right?
people that I'm aware of. And
Yeah.
I mean, people send some bands have sent their music in, and, they want to be part of Raj. And I look at it because, like, I don't want to be the person that's going like, well, I don't think so. Yeah, it's like I just really don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
So the person that I am, unless somebody, but it is, I've heard them live. It's like I'm not going to their YouTube and a lot of these bands that want to be at Raj, they have they want to make a lot of money. They want to be there, and it's like, and I understand, but this festival is, I mean, Shiva's doing it because she loves what's going on in it. It's not like she's getting all the money.
Right.
It's like she's doing it to participate in something that we're building that's wonderful. And so these artists that are coming are artists who participate in building a wonderful world. And
Thank you
and
for
they're
that.
strong. They're strong in what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, from street corner renaissance. I always call them streetcar. I'm so sorry, but street corner renaissance. They do amazing work. Their plays and the stuff that they create, and then they did go on America's Got Talent.
And they rocked it there.
And they rocked it there, but they rock it
totally rocked
everywhere.
Yeah.
And they just bring joy anywhere they go. They always are giving a good vibe to where they show up. And, that's important to me. And not just people who will sing anything for money. These
Right.
people, that's what they do. I mean, they sing about, at Raj, what they're singing about all the time. They're not bringing it up, stepping it up, because they're coming to Raj. They're already up. That's why they're being invited.
Right. And what I appreciate too is, of course, you are world renowned for your message.
Hey, world renowned.
Yay, world renowned. Yay, let us clink our glasses to that. World renowned. Yes, indeed.
But I don't know.
You are world renowned. Well, you are. You're ubiquitous in the world, actually. And for the message, for the vibration, for all these things, but really taking messages and, of course, the power of music. And I was telling DJ Shiva that I saw Straight Outta Compton yesterday.
Oh, did you see it yet?
And it broke my heart open still.
I gotta see it.
And
Yeah.
it's fantastic. And it literally broke my heart open. And it's just, and one of the things that always gets me is watching the creative process. And what Dr. Dre went through, and just, it was a real, schooling for me, I'll tell you, because I was in LA in a different part of town,
Right.
And all this is going on, and my kids are, listening to the music and wearing the clothes and all that, but they're in a different part of town. But, this is all going on, and it just broke my heart open. and again, the reason for creation of creativity of what, why do we do what we do? Because we have to.
Yeah, 'cause
we just have to.
Yeah, we do.
We just have to.
Yeah.
And so, again, it was so cool that we're having a DJ on today. I'm like, well, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but again, that
Well,
the roots.
and you have DJ Shiva on.
And I have DJ
just a
Shiva on.
DJ.
And John, are we in a position where we can actually bring her on? Well, let us bring on. And Ricky, I was going to ask you to introduce her, actually, if you would like to say a word or two about the
Well, what I
beautiful
know about
DJ.
Shiva, she's is that her taste. What makes a DJ special is their ability to choose music that rocks the group. And sometimes you're in a different kind of setting, and so a DJ has to attend to where she is. She's got to play what the gig implies. You can't go to certain places and just play agape music because you love it. You got to play.
Impose your thing.
Right, she's going to serve that into that place where she is. But what I know about what I've witnessed when I've heard her spinning is that she plays the highest of it.
I get that.
Her choices are high. Her choices are high.
Yeah.
And she's very beautiful.
Yes, she is.
But she's beautiful doing what she does.
Yeah.
She's dresses the part, and she's like, she's doing her thing, and the girl can swing. I mean, and folks were looking at me like, that DJ. It's like that DJ is fierce. I was like, yeah, her selections are like, bam. Yeah. She knows because she's aware of many of the artists that are on this list.
Yeah.
And I was inspired to hear that you were playing Georgia's music.
Oh my God. And that was a complete accident.
Yeah.
Like as I was playing that, I didn't.
And who is Georgia? Let us say.
Your daughter.
Yes. For the people who may not know.
Yeah, Georgia Ann Muldrow and Dudley Perkins are and because the demographic is wild at Raj, you might not know who these people are, and you might know them very well, depending on how old you are and where what side of town you live on.
Right.
So we tried to be inclusive as best we could. But go ahead.
No, that moment when I played Georgia and you walked in at that one event that we did together.
Yeah.
That was just complete alignment. Like I wasn't even thinking this is her daughter. Like that was in my playlist.
Yeah.
That's something that I play when it's appropriate. And
Yeah.
I had thrown it in the playlist, and it wasn't even a connection I was consciously making.
Yeah, I don't even know if you knew I was there.
I knew you were there,
okay.
but I wasn't there for the actual event. I came to DJ later. I showed up late. And then you walked in, and I had been searching for you, like, since I saw you at Coachella. There was this little voice in my head that was like, just reach out to them, let them know that you're down to participate. Like, it doesn't matter if there's pay. Like, I'm just down to participate with you guys. And I never reached out. And then we ended up doing this event together.
Yeah.
And you came up to me and you said, I've been searching for you.
Oh, how
I'd
cool
been
is
looking for
that?
And I was
Oh
just
my
like, my heart
God.
just exploded. Like,
Yay.
and it's still, I still have that
amazing.
same feeling. Like, just to be a part of this for 2 years in a row is just incredible.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you
we're
so
gonna make
much.
sure your records don't melt.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Last year it was a little bit tough too.
We gotta
My
make sure
vinyl
your
melted.
vinyl's protected.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Which is not completely surprising.
It's hot in the
One
valley.
thing I want to say, back to the overall vibe with Raj, and one thing I want to say, because again, a few people know I'm sort of the environmentalist, and when you were talking about the water and also, the health of the water when you have it that way, and what I've been really thinking about a lot, I was working with some titans in the environmental world. A couple weeks ago, I got to do a little video with them to promote some other stuff they're doing huge. They'll be on the show. But they were, I was really realizing about convenience. Like we say, well, it's inconvenient. And I'm thinking, you know what? It's very inconvenient for a bird to feed to their baby bird. It breaks my heart. A piece of plastic that then over time kills the bird. That's so way more than inconvenient.
Yeah.
And even being a mom and relating to that mom feeding that baby. If I can imagine feeding my kids, which I didn't do. I didn't let them have bottled water back in the day even.
Yeah.
But you know what? So just kind of raising that up a bit too.
And what I find, Sonny, and you probably know this too, because you do so many things with different groups of people, is that at what point do you say, I'm not going to do it? And that's the
right.
problem in America. It's like, well, let's just have it because it's easier right now. It's the easiest thing. I'm thinking, like, do you know what the cost of that is?
Right.
Do you know the cost?
Yes.
If you don't know the cost, look at Hurricane Sandy.
Right.
look at what it did to New York Harbor.
Yes.
Look at how it killed my aunt, and probably 2 years, earlier than maybe she would have gone.
Yes.
Just because her whole reality was just, it changed so radically for her, because there was no Coney Island. There was no, Coney Island was still standing, but the boardwalk was gone. Everything was gone. I mean, you're 90 years old. You're looking at that, and you have no place for that.
Reference.
Yeah,
You're just
your new car that you just got is flooded,
right.
and it's because it was because of this.
Right.
The bottled water.
Yes.
Among other things, and
Right.
it's just they don't. So every
And
time.
we can do it. See, the thing is the amazing, incredible Tom Hartman. He's
Yeah.
a huge environmentalist.
And Greg Braden too.
Yes, and I asked both of those guys. I said, okay, I want to ask you because, again, I'm always about the power of one, and it also, makes me feel sometimes very small. Like, okay, seriously, guys, and I asked both of them, does it actually matter? Does it matter if I don't drink out of does it really matter? Because we have China and India and all these things, and they said sort of yes and then no and then yes. Yes in that, or no in that even if everybody in America changed to bottles and that were glass, let's say, or just taking a glass and drinking it out of your. Frankly, the stuff out of the faucet is better
It's
for
better
you
than
than
the
stuff in the
bottled
bottle,
water.
right?
It's true.
And way
Yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah.
And if everyone did that and had electric cars, we would still have issues. But then both of them told me, and this is a poor quote of them, so forgive me for that, but both of you guys, but that the consciousness of that, the using that in our everyday life, the knowing that we do matter, the power of one, what
The
we
intention.
can do, the choices, the creativity, like it backstage, how can we rock that instead of going for the easy, there's another way we can do it, that really permeates out and it does change the world.
Well, that's the only way
so
it changes.
that is the truth. So guys, we do matter. So
Well, I think that's the only way that it changes. I mean, I remember organics in the 70s. This is before they were born.
before it was cool. Yeah.
Before they were born. But it's like it was something that I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what organic meant. But because there were a group of people that cared about organic. They cared about factory farming and because even then, Monsanto was beginning.
Yep.
And in the 80s you heard organic more.
Yeah.
But there was no Whole Foods
Right. No.
at all.
No.
There were food co-ops,
Yeah.
but there was no Whole Foods.
No, there was not.
You'd have to go to Mrs. Gooch's
And Mrs.
some-
Gooch's came out like in '87,
in the late
approximately.
80s.
Late '80s, yes.
And now we're becoming more aware of what organic is, and now everybody's going to the store and they're looking at, is that organic? Because now they're getting smart about it, and that started
Yes.
from a small group of people. Nikki Nagel worked for an organic produce company like 22 years ago. I forget. I think it's Best Life Organics. I don't know. I better not say the name of the company, but it was like it was she worked with this group, and they started very small, smaller than the Raj team, and now they're just like, everything is organic. All the conversation is organic.
And the conversation, I think of things like ivory. There was a time in the world where we, or other
Took it for
people,
granted.
made a lot of things out of ivory, ivory jewelry, ivory on pianos. Ivory was everywhere. We wouldn't really think of it now. Oh my God, it's been so long. It was just like, oh my God, it's a taboo to use ivory. So the idea that we can, it's like, I
change it.
so look forward to, it's just a taboo to use plastic.
Yeah.
I was talking to these Titans, and they were telling me that in Saudi Arabia, I happen to know that in Saudi Arabia, most people, they don't care about the environment. There's a lot of money, and there's a lot of sort of like, someone else will take care of it. I don't really
But
care.
it's hearsay. It's hearsay.
Right.
I'm looking at Perry Mason at night with my mom. I'm saving you on this one, Sonny.
Right. Not everybody, but
Yeah.
I've talked to
Yeah.
many
Yes.
who are just kind of They're like,
Yes.
Sonny, you're so cute with your whole environmental thing.
Yeah.
Ha, 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 ha. And but I found out, I happen to know that Saudis really, really love their camels. Like, they're very, very sacred to them. They love them. And I found out from these environmental titans that the vets are finding huge amounts of plastic bags that have turned into sort of these
These little
just
pieces of
in the
In the
but
earth.
like in the camel's stomachs.
Oh.
And so it's like, okay, Saudis, find out that your camels, then you may shift your energy a little bit, because a lot of it sometimes really is bringing it home.
It is.
It is bringing it home.
Or like I was in a township in South Africa, And I was looking at the stuff that was coming underground, and I was looking at how all the progress that this community was making and building homes, and how they were moving people into homes instead of being in group shelters where you have 4 families in the same house, that people are now getting their homes, one at a time. But I'm there and I'm looking at all this progress. I'm going like, and I'm seeing this garbage across the street. And I'm thinking like, well, can't we just clean up the garbage?
Yeah.
And they looked at me and it's like, that's garbage that's coming from the earth.
Oh.
And when I went to it, you see it in India.
Wow.
Also, it's like
Oh, my
plastic.
God.
It's plastic that comes up. Like it doesn't break down. It comes up.
Right.
Wow.
Yes. Well, and I also found out that some of it does break down. It's gotten so much into the ocean that the plankton are eating it, and this sort of thing. So the truth is, I think that, again, the education, I think the, singing about it, speaking about it, and again, allowing it to be easy. Like, everybody knows I always tell you guys, don't bring any plastic. Not that you would, but on the show, because also, like, again, when I was working on this movie, they had a little scene where they were having deli sandwiches, and they had plastic, water bottles from, let's say, I won't say the name, but, and I'm thinking, guys, that's like product placement, and they're aware people.
Yeah,
It's like, why didn't we throw a glass bottle in there? Why didn't we throw a metal bottle in there? It's that subliminal stuff.
Yeah. But 10 years from now, it'll be there. But it'll be there because you're making a point of it going there. And that's the point in the festival. It's like, it's a baby festival. It's not Coachella. It's not Lightning in the Bottle. It's not
Burning Man yet.
Burning Man or Lollapalooza or it's a baby festival, but its heart is large.
Yes.
And when you leave, you
Yes.
feel like, wow, that was an amazing day.
It was a mighty day.
That it encourages you in your life for the rest of the year. You go like, what?
Yes.
That was a great festival, and the music, and oh my God, I had food that I never ate before, and
Yes.
I heard music from these musicians that were just awesome. And do you remember the girl that did that? And you remember that DJ with those shorts?
Yeah.
It was so hot.
Well, one thing that I love about life that can be, and I've learned this from my elders, is that being awake and open at all ages is a really great way to stay vital and alive and
Being
healthy.
awake
and
and
alive.
open at all ages.
It's just
That's
the best,
beautiful.
isn't it?
It is.
And so too, like maybe you're a certain age and you're just all into, let's say, I don't know, James Taylor, whatever. Well, it's like, well, that's cool. And come to this festival and hear music, like you say, you may never have heard in your life.
yeah.
And they may not even be famous enough that
Yeah.
you would hear. Just
Yeah.
like on this show, I have heroes that you guys may never hear about unless you see
Right.
the show.
Right.
I mean, it's just the way it is, and yet it's just so rich with let's all play together and let's be inspired and let's learn about other ways and other vibes and
Yes.
other creative people doing what they're doing and support other people
Yeah.
if we want to.
Yeah, and we will.
Yeah.
And we will. It takes a moment for it to stand in the way that you really make money from it. But under the direction and the beautiful, careful watch of Michael's mother, whose name is Ginger Campbell.
Yay for Ginger Campbell.
Yay,
Honestly,
Ginger!
really.
Yay,
She is so great to work with. I'm so glad you've coached awesome people.
It's an awesome team. This year, we're close to having the festival paper going in the door. I mean, this is, all of our expenses will be paid.
Ricky, congrats.
Yeah.
I bow to you.
There's only one other expense, and that's the tents. What the big tent. We're still looking for the perfect shading. But it's a small expense when you compare it to the cost of the venue, which was really it was high.
Yeah.
But it's we're learning how to do it,
Yes.
and it's just really great to be able to, as an artist, to define the direction that we're going to go.
Yeah.
But it's small, but
And
it's
it's your
mighty.
thing,
But
you
it's
know.
mighty, like
Yes, it
like
is.
Margaret Mead said. It's
Yes.
it's only a small group of people. I mean, there was a time when Burning Man was a small festival.
Everything
little.
was small
It
in
starts
the beginning
somewhere.
of I mean,
Yeah.
it's just kind of the way that goes. And that's the process of, there's always the seed that grows into. I mean, I feel like corny saying that literally, but it's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
And also you are bringing in, and each time it's like, different things. Like next year there'll be other things, and this
Yeah.
year you know there'll be art there. There'll be the Kahumba camp will be there
the Kahumba
in
village will be
spirit,
there,
the
yeah.
village, right? And so let's talk a little bit about what will be there. What can people expect?
Well,
and
it's-
of course
it's-
there will be surprises.
It's amazing this year.
Can't
And
tell you everything.
well, in talking, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Oh no,
talk
I
over
just
you.
want to let you know that you seriously, we cannot tell you everything. So you just have to come and see and find
That's
out.
right. Don't tell them everything.
Right.
We'll tell you that. Well, the artists, you already know the artists that are coming. Have you gone through the artist list yet?
Right. We have a little bit, and
Yeah.
I have this, but we started just
Yeah.
as you came in. Whoosh.
So you have Kev Choice Ensemble and with Jennifer Johns, an amazing singer that's coming. They're coming from Oakland, the Bay Area.
Yay.
And they rocked last year, and they're rocking again this year because they rocked so hard last year. And
They
they
really
are some
did.
serious activists, and they are very much on the forefront of art and music in Oakland, and that was important to me, that they stand for something, you know, and because I believe that music should make you feel good, but it should also wake you up.
Yeah.
It should wake you up, you know, and that's why Bob Marley is so powerful, because he knew how to wake up with sweetness.
Yeah.
And that's the balance, is learning how to be sweet as you shake them awake. But you got to be awake yourself, you know, to shake somebody, you know. And so I just honor all these people, especially Georgia. I love her.
Yeah,
you know,
she's really-
she's amazing. And
Andrea Lane will be there.
Andrea Lane, and what I love about Andrea Lane is, and Billy Shanks, her husband, is that they do a lot of work in the community. They do good. They raise money. They give money. They support things that they believe in a mighty way. And she came to the first Raj as an artist and didn't get to go on because of those wins. And I totally forgot about her last year. And so this year's like, I'm remembering Andrea. Actually, she kicks it off. Actually, DJ Shiva kicks it off. But Andrea Lane would be one of the first artists to go up. So you want to come on time. You want to come and bake early. You don't want to wait till the sun goes down and miss half of the festival, because the festival starts at 12 and it goes to 9:30 or 9:45 thereabout, and you want to be there because you will miss it.
Yeah.
If you come late.
Well, it's a journey, I think, also
Yeah.
to be there in the beginning and to go through it all with the people and eat together and play together
Yeah.
and drink water together
Yeah.
and be
create
in the
art
music
together.
and create art
Oh,
together.
we have great arts projects going on. There's this fabulous artist named Michael McCall, and Michael McCall will be there with an all-day arts workshop.
Oh, okay.
You know,
So you can actually do the art and hear the music at the same time.
yeah.
Because if you haven't been there, it's really a great space. It's like
a great space.
It feels roomy, but it also feels intimate. It's
Intimate,
not,
yeah.
you know, I mean, you can kind of reach out to almost everything at the same time.
Yeah.
Like you can get to the food easily, you can get to the music, you can,
Yeah.
you know, get to the parking easily. It's like really user friendly, I would
Yeah,
say.
it is.
Which
And-
nice. I
and
really
different-
love that in
and-
LA.
and more different than the first year that had 3 or 4, 3 stages
Right.
where activity was happening
Yeah.
with no program.
Yeah, it was sort of like just
That
be
wasn't my
there
fault, though. It wasn't my fault. But I thought we had programs. I'm going, where are the programs? We don't have programs. We ran out of money.
But everything was
Use my
changing.
arm. Use my arm.
Oh my God! But everything was changing so much. I don't think the programs would have mattered because
I don't
everything
think
was
it
like
did.
in shift mode
It
all
was-
the time.
but
The
it was-
wind was blowing everything everywhere.
It was so fabulous. It was a fabulous initiation year. You know, it was a fabulous year. That was the most extraordinary journey. But like Sonny just said, it is a journey. A festival is a journey. It's not like a show.
Get there at 8.
And
or
you get there
6
at
or-
8 and well, these days you wait to 12 for the music, midnight or 1 o'clock for the act to come on. What? I got a question to the young people, the younger people. Why does the music come on so late from when they say it's going to come on?
So like a live show, for instance, where there's a band,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
as a DJ, I start 10 o'clock and I go till 2 a.m.
Yeah.
But for instance, like a live show, I guess that all depends on the artist.
Yeah.
But they do. It is a thing.
But I
It's
think
like
if they have a
thing.
DJ, I believe.
Yeah.
So you go to, but is there a band after you done?
I have performed before bands.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I've been stuck on stage longer than I was told I was going to be on
Right.
stage because I'm waiting for the band to get on. And it always isn't related to the level of popularity where they're at. If they're a little more popular, for some reason they
little later.
Little later, I guess.
It's a thing with kids. Like I know,
can
my
count on
teenage
it.
and whatever. It's like this thing, and actually Europeans even do it later. They think LA is like really strange.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get
Yeah.
Because
moving
they're
until
out
6
till
a.m.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Russia, they're it's like sort of 12 to like 6. That's
Yeah.
really the normal. So it's kind of like for us. But speaking of that, I want to do a rundown because I brought this to help me because there's
Okay.
so many things going on. So bringing people together, I want to which is your mantra with this,
Yeah.
and with so much going on right now, it's like it's sort of the antithesis, and
Yes.
it's also the elixir for the healing. And I love that it's eco-conscious. We were talking about that, allowing what can be, and we'll just see how it evolves. And we have talked to all the vendors to be as conscious as they can, just do what they can.
Just do your best.
Do your best,
Just do your best.
exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, live music, art workshops, and fresh, healthy food. The food's going to be great.
Yeah, the food's great. And
yeah.
I'm still working
And
with the food.
drinks and coffees and like that, right?
Yeah, I'm still working with one element of food because there's one vendor that wants to do fried fish. And this is what we go through every year in working with the vendors to sell something up than they otherwise would sell.
Oh, okay.
And everybody that eats fish loves a good fried fish sandwich. That fried fish is going to taste good. But I'm going but that's the worst thing to eat is fried fish.
Right, exactly.
I mean, and so I was thinking, instead of asking her not to do fried fish, what if I gave it an alternative?
right, like grilled.
Grilled. She didn't think that. She said that didn't. She did grilled fish the last time, but she could do a whole vegan menu. But she wanted to bring fish. She wanted to fry fish because that's her specialty, and she does it in a clean way, but it's still fried. And I was just trying to see. So I thought about what if she did falafel instead?
Ah, there we go.
If she did
Yeah.
falafel,
Yeah, ooh. And
she'd
I'd be
sell
all
more
over that.
falafel. She'd sell more falafel than fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will.
Especially if she gets some good tahini dressing.
Yeah.
And not that other thick yogurt stuff, the Greek way. I like the
tahini,
the
absolutely.
Turkish way.
Yes.
I guess I don't know. If it's
No, but
Greek.
see again, that's the creative.
the Lebanese, the Lebanese.
Yes, where it's a tahini.
Yeah.
And then I know Tara's Himalayan restaurant will be there, and then we're working. She's got a huge menu, but it's like we're selecting out what makes
What
sense
works
for
for
Raj.
Raj.
It's kind of the
Oh,
Raj
so that's
vibe.
great. I'm glad you're doing that with her.
Yeah. So, and I'm even
Yeah.
giving the menu to Ginger, and and it's like she's
good.
totally on about
Yeah,
it. Like she's
yeah.
just like, yay, just tell me. And I also
Yay,
want her to
I
make
love
money, so
hearing
it's like,
that.
what makes sense for you?
Yeah.
But she has refreshing salads that are like these garbanzo. But she brings, by the way, the spices from Nepal.
Wow.
And the money, a certain percentage, goes to her school in Nepal and also other healing. She's been back to Nepal like 3 or 4 times. She's
So if I have that
Nepalese.
information, I'll give that from the stage.
Okay, cool.
Because
and I'll give that to you. Yeah.
we will be recognizing our vendors all through the day.
Yay! And the taste of her food is amazing because she actually brings the spices from Nepal, and then she also grows things in her garden in LA.
Yeah.
So that's just so cool.
That is very
amazing.
cool.
And
Yeah.
one other thing that I really love to mention is the I mean, do we want to say Nam Yoga will be there?
Well, Nam Yoga will be there, and can I get this
Yeah,
part?
here, yes.
Thank you.
Our little-
Second.
our little
Well, Nam Yoga will be there providing yoga classes throughout the day.
Oh,
Yoga
cool.
sessions throughout the day, and
awesome.
they're really amazing. And then I don't want to give the stuff away that we're going to do, but lots of fun opportunities to meet people in different kinds of ways. Like I felt like last year's festival, it was our first one, so mostly the activity was happening from the stage, and it was staged. Everything was happening here.
Right.
But I want a lot of activity to happen where the people are.
Okay.
And so whether it's a cappella singing around them, whether it's
Cool.
storytelling, because we have we were still working on the concept of the stories, of the fish stories. As we rock and tell us the most amazing stories from your life. We might put that on the stage. Like, who gets the big rocking chair? And somebody, fish stories grow with time. And the fish was that big, But, I might rock and tell about the time I got mugged in New York City. But it's not just what happened to me, but it's what I learned.
Yeah.
The thing that
Yeah.
I went through and the thing that I learned as a result of it. And I learned a lot. But the most amazing thing about that, I'm not going to tell my story, is that though I was getting hit by these two people that were mugging me and trying to steal my and taking my money, all my $6, is that I wasn't getting hurt. They were hitting me, but I wasn't feeling anything. So there was this thing that was protecting me. I don't know what it was, but I didn't get hurt, you know. And they were caught like 10 minutes later.
Wow.
I mean, the way it all worked was just like, it was just like a scenario. Like life is a scenario of different scenes, you know. But that was an amazing thing. But what I learned from that was how to walk down the streets of any street, you know, of New York City. You never go down the street in the direction of the traffic, the way the traffic is flowing, and you're walking that way. And you never go down the street where nobody else is on that street, but you.
Right.
You know, and this is the funniest thing about that mugging. I know we're getting close, but the funniest thing about the mugging, when we all, snow was on the ground. It was just like something on television. We all went down together, all three of us, you know, because one was like, "Where's your money? Where's your money?" And I was like, "Move your hand. I'm trying to tell you what it is." But I couldn't because they had the money in their hands around. But it was, and I was like, until they snatched my bag, got my change purse, and ran down the street. But when we all went down on the ground together, because we all went down on the ground together into the garbage cans. And I wasn't fighting. I'm just trying to stand. But it's like, it's hilarious, man. So we all fall right. And right as they're leaving, I look up and there's a sign. I was in front of a disco that was closed that night, but it said "Better Days."
Wow. Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Oh my God! The sign said "Better Days."
Wow.
I was like, "Better Days? This is not Better Days. This is not Better Days."
Tomorrow will be a better day.
Oh, man.
And so we're going to tell our stories. Then I got in a cab to go up to a friend of mine because I went, and the first place I went was a restaurant, and like one of these little places that sell cigarettes, stores, you know, that kind of thing. And I went in and I was like, "How does my face look? How does my face look?" And they were like, "No habla inglés."
Oh.
So then, no, really, I'm thinking like, "Oh my God, I know my face looks horrible." And then so my boyfriend said, "Get in a cab and just come uptown. Just come uptown." So I get in a cab, and the cab has to go around the block so that it can head back up town, because this was like 52nd Street and 9th and 8th Avenue. So 9th Avenue. So I get in a cab and it's going around the block. See, this, you'll hear this at Rod. You hear the fish stories. And I see these cops, these policemen. And I'm furious that they're here when I was on the other street getting, and I was like, "Stop the taxi, stop the taxi." And I get out and I go up to them and go like, "Where were you when I did here? Somebody just beat me up and took all my money." And they were like, "Can you describe them?" And I was like, "Well, one was short, one was tall with this." And they looked at each other and I was like, "This is just too sweet." And they had him over to the side. And they had my change purse. And you know.
my
Oh my God, Ricky.
But that was mostly for me.
Yeah.
You know, that was to teach me something that I need to know. And then you grow antenna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you learn from that.
Awareness.
You learn awareness.
Yes, awareness.
And so that is what the festival is about. Just like learning the ways that we can live a happier life.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, when I was
Better days.
better days are yeah.
Well, Better Days Disco was a powerful transvestite gay disco. Like you could go there and dance. I never had gone. I didn't know what it was until a friend of mine took me like 2 years later.
Wow.
He says, "I want to take you to this place. It's called Better Days." I was like, "No." But I went, man, I found out who I was. I was like, "Oh my God, I know what my life is about." I was at Better Days. I was like, man, I thought it was all over just 2 years ago, but now I'm down here and everybody's dancing. And I got a better idea of who I was. And that's what music does for you.
Yeah.
Music so does that. And art and creativity. You know, many years ago, just it feels like a million years ago, my dad took my little brother and sister and me to a place called Watts Towers. And I always remembered Watts Towers. And I remember being there and actually realizing, oddly enough, I was aware that it was really cool that my dad was taking us to this place where we might normally not be. And I was looking at these towers and I was thinking, wow, he used like bottles and reused stuff. And I was like an environmentalist back then, you know, like taking art and repurposing it. Whoa. And I always remembered Watts Towers. It's like had a special place in my heart all these years. And the other day I was listening to NPR and I found out that they did a movie called I Build a Tower, all about Watts Towers, and they were having a screening, and it was like that night, and I'm like, I'm driving to Watts, like that is so happening. Well, I found out it was in Santa Monica at the Arrow, so this is like way too easy. And I went and I met the director, and they were having a panel and all that, and this movie is amazing, guys. If you can find it, see it. I'm not even sure.
I Build a Tower.
I Build a Tower. And I'm just, for some reason, blanking. His name is Simon. I'm forgetting how to say his last name. And he's this Italian immigrant. And oh my God, you would love this guy.
Well, the person that built the tower is an Italian immigrant.
That's what I mean. That's who I'm talking about. I'm just trying to remember. It's like Rodion. Yeah, Simon Rodion, but they called him Sam. And this movie shows the history, shows everything that's going on. And of course, August 11th, just a week ago, was the 50th anniversary of the Watts riots, and but the towers were not touched. Not one square inch was touched, and it was making me think of Raj because just the idea of that community and the love. By the way, he had the opportunity to put it there. He wanted it in a triangle where people would be, and he had that opportunity, or he had Beverly Hills. And he chose that area.
And he did. Yeah.
And, you know, and so for some reason when I was watching this movie, again, guys, you know, see that and see Straight Outta Compton for real. Like, really go see that movie, please.
Yes.
But it made me think of Raj because it made me think of, you know, your spirit of community and you know, using what we have. And you've been able to do that so much with the love and the people who've come around you.
Yeah, they're bringing.
Aren't you? You're just like, it's like everyone gathers in the kitchen and we're just using what we have, right?
Use what
Don't
we
you
have.
Think?
And we're building something really amazing.
Yes, that never has been before.
No, and one area that I want to see our growth in, and I just thought about it last night when I was talking to Ginger, is in the area of art installations, and really getting some artists on board, visual artists, you know, in 3D artists who bring us sculptures and things that remind us in another kind of way, because art makes you feel like you stepped into a place that's just a little bit different. You know, it's so important.
Yeah, well, art...
and it encourages other people to take part, too.
Yes.
So right now it's more musician-heavy.
Right.
Musician and wellness and food. It's like, well, what about the other side of art?
And family. And by the way, we do want to make sure that everybody...
And the parade.
made it really clear that it's super family-friendly. And again, because it's so... You know, like the kids can kind of run around and stuff. I mean, it's really contained and in a, you know, very accessible place to get to.
Yes.
And again, art, like all forms of art, and again, you know, sort of speaking about Straight Outta Compton, I mean, art is meant to crack through, break, you know, educate, break the heart open, you know, make some stuff happen in the brain, the mind, the body, the, you know, stuff that may not have been there before, stuff that maybe is a little uncomfortable, stuff that maybe is a little out of our normal thing, and expand us. And that's, you know, modern art for forever has been about people saying, whoa, what's that about?
Yeah.
And then, you know,
well, that's
stretching people.
Well,
and speaking of art.
Well, the art that we have,
Raj.
the art that, you know, the art that Georgia did, I mean, because these are all Georgia's, this is Georgia's creation, the motif.
Which was good to be on me if you got
and
here
the one
5
that
minutes
you
earlier,
have,
but yes.
That's my favorite, the three beings.
So I will stand up a little
It's just
bit, John,
just
you can
really
get me. Here we
gorgeous.
go. We're rocking
And then on the back you got the Live, Laugh, Love on the back of that
yes,
T-shirt.
exactly.
It's really beautiful. But this year we went back to the original logo, and it's an earthy logo. It's very earthy in a lot of ways. And then you see the wings on the bottom, and I think she put that for me because I'm really into this winged power presence of Osset, and sometimes she comes off as Ma'at, and Ma'at is like the holder of the arts, of music, kind of like a Saraswati, an African version of Saraswati.
Exactly.
You know, Egyptian.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like all of the art that we have thus far is art that is grounded in this theme of Georgia's, and hers is so cosmic. So I love it. So I just want to take it further, and I want us to build things. Either we build them together,
Yes.
and we fly them at night and light them and see the power and enjoy that. You know,
I mean, even the mandala concept, where it's something like you're saying that is created and then is
Yeah.
lit up, destroyed, whatever, shifted.
And-
I like that idea.
And we have in the Kuumba village, we have a 7-year-old named London, who is going to bling out the T-shirt. So if you buy,
Cute.
that's her gift. She knows how to bling a T-shirt. She can
Bedazzle her.
Yeah, she can put the jewels on
Yes,
it.
the oh,
So
Yes.
and they're
you
gonna,
have a couple bedazzled, and I noticed in choir
Yeah.
occasionally. By the
Oh,
way,
I have-
the
I have.
International Agape Choir will be there.
oh yeah, they'll shut it down. They're
yeah,
they got
like they did last year. Woo!
they're amazing. Nobody can follow the choir, so I put them at the end.
Yeah, and there was some bedazzling,
Awesome.
vocally and in fashion. I noticed it at different agape at different services. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's a bedazzled, there's a bedazzled.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I think.
Catching on.
So I think we're just gonna be rocking our Raj T-shirts that night and just go on and just
Oh,
have a good time with
my.
all the different styles of them. But that we would grow in art, and that we would grow in cinematography. That we would actually have somebody around that could help us capture what's going on at the festival, because that's important.
That's so important.
Yes,
Yeah.
and next year I was talking to Tony, with UBN, and we were talking about it, and Tony had some other things going on, but next year he definitely wants to participate. So UBN will be,
great.
roaming around. John, I'm no doubt you will be there. You may
Sean,
be at
will
the
you be
festival
there?
this year. I hope so. Well, I want to make sure, because John, our engineer, Williams, is telling me that we have like 3 minutes. So I want to make sure that we get everything in that we want to promotion-wise. And everybody... so you go first. Tell us what we need to know.
Yeah,
from
my
you.
name is DJ Shiva. I go by Shiva. I'm a DJ producer, and actually at the last Raj Festival, I don't know if you know this, Ricky, but I met Panache through you. He was hosting, and I recently put out my first album called The Art of Allowing.
She's talking about Panache Desai.
She's
Yeah.
talking about
Panache Desai.
Yes.
It's called The Art of Allowing. It's out now on iTunes and Spotify. But I did a collaboration with Panache, and he did a guided meditation over a meditation track that I had on the album. So it's not on iTunes, but it's a free download on his website.
So happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, yay. Now I'm going to interject
Yeah.
one
Oh, that's
more time.
great.
Yay.
Making friends. Making friends.
Exactly.
Is going on
Yeah, that's right.
after Raj, and
Yeah.
people are doing what they're doing. So the fact that you got to connect with Panache Desai, who was the host last year.
Yes, he was the host last year.
And he was on the show actually last year too, and and he was at Revelations, and he's a great friend of your husband and you, I know, and he's
Yes.
an awesome
Yeah.
human. Also.
Amazing human.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This
So
year,
isn't that great that they did that?
I think that's fabulous.
like
I feel so good about
I
it.
bet. I love
was
it.
an
I
honor.
think it's great.
That's fantastic.
And guys, I do want to tell you, I'm like also, promoting things, but I do want you guys to check this book out. And it's been out for a little bit, but Let My Soul Surrender, Grace Notes of a Journey. And this is by Rickie also. And it's Stories Against Stories, which is so important. That's what we're about, is the stories.
Yes, it is.
And these are the stories of like why she did certain songs. Many of them we know and love. Some of them you may not even know. There were some I didn't know. And it was so cool to find out what the stories were of the ones that I like sang for 5 years and then found out why you had to do them. And there's a CD in here also, right?
Yes.
So people,
I love that
get
book.
this. And it will be on sale at Raj, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we'll have it at Raj.
And T-shirts that you just have never seen. So that's the other thing. We're
Yeah.
going to have some at Agape and stuff, but then there'll be other ones
Yes.
at the festivals.
Oh yeah, we're making so
you
many
have
friends.
to like make come to see, and and if any of you know Rickie, you never know who could like stop by. Just saying, I'm
I'm just
gonna
saying,
say.
I can't say their
I can't
names.
say, but you might be extremely pleasantly surprised that
Yeah.
you were there, and that's what makes it so fun. Is that you're such a popular person. You are so loved by so many people
I'm so
that
loved.
people would come, and that some of the people that we don't know personally but very much love would come and support your thing, as you say, your baby thing.
That is so
But
beautiful.
they,
When I was in South Africa, the first time, like in 1992.
Okay, but 1 minute.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And while I was there was a naming ceremony and for our contingency, the people that went on the trip. And mine was Nobantu. And when they said Nobantu, everybody went like, oh, yes, she's the Nobantu. This is all the South African brothers. She's a Nobantu. The Nobantu is the one who loves the people, the mother of the nation, and the one that the people loves. And I was like, oh, wow. But I didn't feel that then. It was way too big for me.
Yeah.
You know. But
you're
now,
stepping
I
into it.
feel like I'm stepping into my Nobantu.
So I love that so much. And I think that should be your new name. And with the smaller
DJ name.
BB Nobantu.
DJ Nobantu.
DJ Nobantu.
BB Nobantu will be there. And by the way, she is going to have her own set, people. So you're going to be able to enjoy.
I'm encouraging you.
You're going to be able to enjoy, a good 45 minutes of just Rickie, which is, whoever knows what she's going to do. Again, go to all the websites and tweet and come and just be there. And this is Sunny Chayes with Singing in the Rain, but I really should rename this show The Power of One, because that is what we all have. And let us bring our ones together to make a mighty difference. And go to my website, also YouTube, Sunny Chayes, to see the other shows that I've done with Rickie, the Raw show we did last year, and my first show with you, which is one of my favorites, to check that out. Yes. And so until next time, remember, you do make a difference. So please remember that, and go ahead and just do it somehow. Be creative. Yes. And see us at Raj, people. Bye-bye for now.
Take some long, deep, cleansing breath. Just allow your entire physical body to melt away. Just be and breathe. Allow and receive. Rest in the awareness of your breath. Embrace everything that arises from within. Allow it all to melt away. Creating the space for receptivity. Allowing your vibration to ascend. Simply observing. Witnessing. Embracing. Receive. 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 Just going to ask that everything that keeps you from fully receiving begin to bubble up from deep within you.